What's up guys, Tony Hannity's here from LazyTechGuys.com, and with the Surface Pro 4 and the Surface Pro 3, as beautiful as these two devices are, there's only so much customization that you can get from Microsoft. At the end of the day, you're gonna get a really nice tablet that can be a laptop, but with a limited amount of keyboards with different colors and a limited amount of colors with the pen. And there are other third-party accessories like cases that we've reviewed ourselves, but if you want a truly minimalistic way to customize your Surface Pro 4 as well as a Surface Pro 3, I believe we have found that answer. A company out of Japan called Colors has recently announced a new line of skins for the Surface Pro 4, cleverly called Skin. This is Skin. Stay tuned. So the way that Skin works, it actually comes in 4 different designs. This is Walnut. The other 3 are Cedar Tree, Japanese Quince, and Zebra Tree. So when you get these, they're $50 and they come in 2 separate slabs, one for the top part of the rear and one for the kickstand. And they're adhesive. So you want to make sure, first off, that the rear of your Surface, whether it be a Pro 4 or a Pro 3, is completely clean. And you want to make sure you place them on straight. Now, at first glance, you might say, oh, that looks pretty straight. And when it is propped up, you can't really notice the difference. But if you look closely, you'll notice the break between the top and the bottom. You notice the right side is narrower than the left. What does that mean? It's just not straight. And in fact, if you look really closely, you'll see the wood on this part is actually coming up from the bottom. So I guess I should have been a little bit more patient when adhering it, because once it's on there, it's on there. Now you can't really take it off. You can remove it, and when you remove it, it might leave a thin residue, which you can take off with a damp cloth. It doesn't do any long-term damage to the surface or anything like that. Maybe be a little bit more patient than I was when you place it on your Surface. Now, with that being said, this still looks really nice. And if you're in a situation where there's a lot of surfaces, this is definitely gonna stand out. And let me be clear, this isn't an option for you if you're looking for something protective. This is not protecting anything. And in fact, if I were to drop it, even from here, I mean, the Surface has a magnesium composite design, so if I were to drop it, it's somewhat protected, but this isn't gonna protect it. This is more of just design, customization, and that's pretty much it. But I've gotta say, customizing it, making it very unique, this is cool. I know the Microsoft Store used to have the stickers, and I forget what brand it was, and a lot of the original Surface RTs and the Surface Pro 1s used to have these stickers that they also had matching wallpaper, which was kind of cool. I'm not putting that down whatsoever. But this is very similar in that vein. However, this is real wood. I mean, real wood, and it's really thin. It doesn't add any girth to the Surface. It doesn't make it harder for me to put it into my bag, and it fits fine on my Surface dock. I've got the Surface dock, that's the clamp. I was worried because there's an extra millimeter of something that the Surface dock wouldn't close properly and the connections wouldn't happen. It's fine. It works fine, no worries whatsoever. Aside from me not placing it exactly straight and it coming up over the lip just a little bit, I've got to say, it's nice to have. It definitely makes it a conversation piece. It gets a lot of people looking at it because it is kind of cool. It definitely has a cool factor. For $50, that is a lot to ask for. If we're being perfectly honest, there's a lot of other options to customize as well as even protect your Surface, or at least invest toward protecting your Surface, whereas this doesn't protect it whatsoever. It just purely decorates it. But even so, if you're the type of person that's very gingerly around their electronics and you don't drop phones like I do, and you take good care of your devices, and you want something that makes your Surface Pro 4 or Surface Pro 3 unique, this is a really nice way to do it. Skin has been available for just a little over a month now, and you can get it directly from Japan. And if you go to the link in the description below, there'll be all the different options for you to choose from. The other thing too that I was a little concerned about was, although the Pro 4 has the new Intel 6th generation processors and the heat dissipation is supposed to be a little bit better and the fan's supposed to be a little bit better, it still gets a little warm. And I was a little concerned that after a few hours of Netflix, like you do, the Surface Pro 4 does still get a little warm. And if you're using something like this on the Pro 3, it definitely gets warm. So how does this fare in the presence of a hot processor? It does okay. You can still feel the warmth on the rear. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But even with it being warm, it doesn't get that hot to the point where the adhesive starts to melt and the sticker falls off. You're not going to have that problem at all. So yeah, Skin by Colors. It's purely decorative, doesn't really add any grip, doesn't really add any protection, but it makes your Surface Pro 4 and Pro 3 100% unique. If you have any questions, comments, anything else that comes to mind, leave it in the section below. Again, in the description, there's going to be a link to look and buy the Skin if you're interested in it. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Late.